Now here in Iran, the regime's popularity will be put to the test tomorrow in the first election since the mass protests sparked by the death of Mahsa Amini in police custody. It's been imploring people here to come out and make their voices heard by voting amid concern of a record low turnout. But the mass disqualification of moderate candidates and the crackdown on dissent has left many feeling their voices won't be heard, especially young Iranians who spend every day navigating restrictions imposed by their own government, as well as international sanctions. A shared workplace and cafe for young Iranians who all work in tech. On first sight, it could be anywhere, but people here have very Iranian problems. Saeed works for a Canadian tech company and comes here every day.
Part of my every effort is to find my way through all the different sanctions.
Parsa designs websites, dodging restrictions from both international sanctions and Iranian censors.
It's restricted. Can we use tire track to make nuclear bomb?
And Zainab is in a team who use this space to write scripts for social media influencers. How does this fit with the rules on hijab and all of that?
She's not in Iran.
She's not here?
Yes.
So she can do what she wants?
Yes.
It's more like home than the office here, and everyone knows each other well. But the cafe has been shut down before by the authorities for allowing women who don't cover their heads. Do people here avoid talking about politics?
Yeah, it's a crime. You know, many people won't say here, but at least 2 of them that you saw in the last maybe couple of hours been into prison.
Really?
In the last year, yeah.
So what does that mean for you talking to each other? Does that restrict the way you talk to each other?
No, we trust each other, and it's okay. And until you say them publicly, speak to them publicly, it's okay talking among us. But speaking publicly about some stuff, it can be really dangerous.
So you wouldn't want me to ask you what your view is?
No, you can ask, but I won't answer. Yeah.
Do you feel free? Next question.
No, but I don't feel free, and I like to be free, especially about the little things. I don't like to be frightened from everyday actions and getting them abused, because sometimes you are living a clean life, but someone with the power or someone with the relation to someone who has the power can threaten you.
I'm very proud of my nationality, and I'm very proud of my country, but not the government. We all know about the government. But we are trying to make our country better. You have some problems with our government, it's true. But this restriction is killing our people, but not the government.
Do you mean the financial sanctions?
Yeah. Financial.
I mean, that's always the argument around financial sanctions, that you hurt the ordinary people rather than the government.
In technology or in everything. With these restrictions, you're playing in their ground. Yeah, you're the bad guy here, not the government.
Have many of your friends left Iran?
Yeah, the top of them are left there.
Where did they go?
Italy, Canada, United States. England is actually too expensive for us.
Right. Is it easy to be optimistic about the future?
It's easy. How? Actually not. Obviously not. It's too goddamn hard. It's too goddamn hard. We are fighting day by day.
When you come here, do you cover your head? Or when you travel? Or
No, actually, we fight. And yes, let me be we fight. And we fight for our lives, actually. And I don't wear hijab when I go ask for my home. And it's my choice, actually. After what happens next, last year
with Mahsa Amini.
yes, in Iran, I choose, okay, I don't want to wear hijab here anymore. And I don't wear hijab. Actually, I wear just in university because I have to.
Why is it important for you?
I mean, lots of people died last year, just not because of this, because of their opinion and what they want. And the least work that I can do is, okay, I don't want to wear hijab anymore. That's the least work I can do.
Do you get shouted at?
Yes.
What do they say?
Some of them are like, okay, just put your hijab, Mr. Ulu. I'm like, okay, I don't want to listen to you, and I go my way, and I mean, I act like, okay, I don't listen, I can't listen you, I can hear you, but some of them are like following me and force me, okay, if you don't wear hijab, I will arrest you right now, and that time I'm like, okay, I will, then I wear hijab.
You're very brave.
Thank you. But I don't think so.
Do you think things will change?
I hope so.
Well, I'm joined now by Sadek Zibakalam, an outspoken academic and author here in Iran, who has been imprisoned in the past for speaking out against the Iranian regime, and also a regular on Channel 4 News when we managed to get into this country. So we've just spoken to a lot of people since being here who are not happy with the way things are. Is the regime in trouble?
On the face of it, many Iranians would tell you that the regime is in trouble because they are very much in disagreement with the regime. In other words, they wish the regime to be in trouble. Therefore, they answer to you that, yes, it is in trouble. But in reality, it isn't. It isn't. It has the command of the armed forces, of the security apparatus, and it has at least 20% of the Iranian population, which means that it's about 20 million Iranians are behind the regime.
And so even if the election has a terrible turnout tomorrow, it's not going to make a substantial difference.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. That's why the regime is not worried about the election. It could have made the election in such a way that many more Iranians would have taken part in the election. But it simply doesn't want many people to come and take part in the election because it wants a parliament during the next 4 years.
What does that mean for its approach to repression? There are so many people who have been imprisoned, so many people who have been killed after the women's protests. You know, is it strengthened or is it weakened? Or does it just carry on?
It certainly, socially and politically, it has weakened the Islamic regime. But as I said, it has made the regime very much determined to stand firmly against any opposition.
What is its approach to regional affairs now, and how important is that to its continued strength? I mean, you know, is Iran seeing itself now, or the government seeing itself now as more powerful regionally than it's ever been before?
Certainly, that is the case. That is the case. The Islamic leaders would tell you that, well, look, before it was the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz that we controlled, but now we control the Red Sea, Bab al-Mandab, and so we are more powerful than we were a few years ago.
What is its approach then to the nuclear program now? Do you think we're on the verge of them announcing a breakthrough?
No, the Islamic regime has realized that, has discovered that the nuclear issue is a very powerful weapon for bargaining with the West, for getting concession from the West.
Right, but as we see an American election, you know, a lot of people are also saying, well, the one thing the Iranian regime understands is might and strength. So if you see an American government that decides to take a much harder line, Is that something that matters here, that will
Well,
change minds here?
Many Iranians pray that Trump becomes the next U.S. president.
Really?
Yes, because they believe that if Trump comes into power, if Trump's in the White House, then we would see more action against the Islamic regime.
But you don't actually believe that either, do you?
No, because Trump happens to be a businessman. So he wouldn't jeopardize the economy of the world. He wouldn't enter into real war with Iran.
So how do you see this regime developing? I mean, will it just continue? Is the Islamic Republic secure?
The Islamic Republic will continue until there is real opposition, organized and real opposition, not to overthrow it, but to forward towards democratic values. Many Iranians simply want to overthrow the Islamic regime, but the reality is that we must try to make it more democratic and not simply to go and overthrow it.
But it's getting less democratic, in truth.
Because we simply wanted to overthrow it.
Well, Mr. Zibakalam, thank you very much indeed. We must
You're
leave it there.
welcome.
Thank you for joining us.